are you doing today? Would you believe it is raining again? So sorry if that comes in through the audio, but it doesn't stop. But how are y'all doing? We just hit our 4-week anniversary together on Heroes War Counterattack. So if you've been logging in every day, we just got our 28-day reward, a nice whopping 10 premium summons, premium draw tickets, and they gave us 600 Neo Stones. But hey, I saved this for y'all. Because I could have done it this morning, but I wanted you to be here with me. I know a lot of you have already done this and you don't care, but it's my first one. So hey, yeah, got Nadine to level 50. Let's go ahead and pump her all the way up. Flow Millie shit. Yeah, right there. Hey, I'm proud of myself. Okay, I'm good. I'm getting off topic. Basically, every week what I've been doing is I've been going through and telling you what I've learned for the past week. And since this is our big month, milestone, I figure I'll go through what we've been learning today, and then I'll shout out to all of my guys that have been watching me since the beginning. I appreciate y'all, and I really think that I've had a lot of fun in this game so far, and y'all have made it like twice as fun for me, so that's great, and I really appreciate it. But first thing I want to talk about is going to be, if you are not free to play, I am personally free to play. By the way, I've had some very creepy weirdo DMs from you weirdos. I know if you see this, you know I'm talking about you, like accusing me of not being free to play, which is like the strangest thing I've ever heard in my life. So not that I have to do this, but here is my Google Play Store purchase history. Yeah, so hopefully that'll help put your mind at ease, question mark. Because I guess I'm a big fraud if I claim to be free to play, but whatever, I don't care. If you're not free to play, what pack do you want to buy? Now, normally, I would say none of them, because pretty much everything you can get for free anyways. It's not that big a deal. Like, if you got this, you could get an SSR selective ticket weekly. You could get like 2 of them weekly. The subscription package might be worth it because it just makes the game more convenient in general. But this has popped up, and I could not help but be jealous of everyone that is buying this. So if I broke down and I was like, oh god, I gotta spend money on the game, this is the pack I would do it for. Look at what you get whenever you get to level 60. You're going to get a legendary exclusive equipment selective ticket. And whenever you are like at the end game and you start to understand a little bit more about the stuff that's difficult to get in this game, legendary exclusive equipment is the hardest thing to get in this game. Just for reference, I refresh this every day to try to get 3 people on my team in the rotation. So how I only got 2 that are on my team, I got Bannon and Ziv. I refresh this every day until it costs a ridiculous amount of gold, and whenever I have 3 people or more in the rotation that I'm using, I'll spend 500 diamonds to try to get a legendary exclusive equipment. You want to know how many times I've gotten a legendary exclusive equipment from this for someone on my team? 0 times. Exactly 0 times. I have definitely used over 1 million gold on refreshes and probably 5,000 diamonds, and I do not get legendary exclusives for people I'm using. And on top of that, I've only gotten 1 legendary exclusive from this anyways. So this was a big waste of my gems. The only way I've even gotten a legendary exclusive equipment is from using the equipment factory, and I got very, very lucky and got an Amy one, but 99% of the time you don't even get a legendary one, and then if you do get a legendary one, it has to be for the unit you want, and then I won't even break down all the ways that the legendary equipment could not be ideal, but it is impossible to get the legendary equipment you need. So if you had to make a purchase, I would definitely say that this is the one I would make, because you will definitely cancel out thousands of gems of grinding, thousands of exclusive equipment pieces of grinding. You're canceling out a lot of grinding by buying this. So if you have to make a purchase on this, and make sure that it is for a unit that you are going to use for a long time. Now, since we are already on the topic of exclusive equipment, I would like to go ahead and say that just because your exclusive equipment is purple, or what do they call it in this game? Heroic, epic. That does not make it better than a blue. Like, yes, okay, so let's just go ahead and power this up just for the sake of seeing the difference in stats. So whenever I power this up to +1, it gives me 39 defense. This one gives me 44 defense. So I got 5 more defense on the purple one. Whoa, dude, that's not that big a deal. So what really matters is the set piece. Like how this gives me attack and crit rate, that's very, very good. If this was a blue, I would definitely use it over this purple that gave me an attack percent set, because I'm not using the attack percent set. For example, this one, Trevor's Cutting Sword. It gives me HP and my set effect is defense. Wow. So if I had a blue one that gave me crit rate and like it gave me attack, I would definitely use that over the purple one. So save your blues if they're for a good set and they have a good stat, because you never know how long it's going to take you to get a legendary. Once you get a legendary, no matter what stat is sitting on that thing, no matter what set is sitting on that thing, you're going to want to pop it on because it gives you bonus effects for your kit. But until that point, use the most ideal set and the most ideal stat versus if it's purple or blue. The next thing I wanted to say is this is a very strange game to set a weak defense. Let me see if I could find somebody to help, elaborate on what I'm talking about. Like, this guy pretty much already has it in the bag. He's already ranked 6, so maybe he could get away with setting a weak defense. But in a lot of games like this where it is intended for you to set a weak defense to farm these arena tokens, because you only get arena tokens if you win in other games. But in this game, you get the arena tokens even if you lose. So the only way you're actually benefiting from setting a weak defense is if you're able to sweep your entire team. You can get the bonus little tokens at the end. But you could pretty much do that anyways if you actually try. And setting a weak defense is going to push you down ranks. Like, you're not going to be getting this mercenary defeat reward. You're not going to be getting the best one you can get, because this is where it gets pretty important. Platinum guy, sure, if you're in platinum, you can go ahead and set a weak defense, because what we absolutely need are these promotion cards. The SSR promotion cards are the golden ticket. So every time you defeat 15 mercenaries a day, you have a chance to get one of these items. And whenever you're platinum or above, one of those items can be a promotion card. So you do not want to set a weak defense, because it's going to push you down in rank, and then you're never going to get those. And you could get, like, if you're the luckiest dude, you could get one of these, like, every other day. It's not that big of a deal. So definitely, if you're setting a weak defense because you're irritated and you're just like, I'm tired of losing. I don't want to lose anymore. I want to be pushed down rank so that I can help beat people more easily. Well, you're actually screwing yourself in the long run, right? Because if you're being pushed down in rank, you're not getting the best promotion cards you can get. And if you're not getting those promotion cards, you're not going to be able to promote your dude's skills or your dude's rage cards as fast. So you're pretty much trapping yourself wherever you set your weak defense, because those of us that aren't setting a weak defense are continuing to progress in the ranking system, continuing to get better rewards every day, and so we're just going to stay ahead. So if you're setting a weak defense because you're irritated about losing isn't really a big deal anyways, because even though you do lose a little bit of rank, you still get your 6 medals. So would you rather lose an attack every now and then, or would you rather lose every single defense because you lose rank anyways, and then you're not getting, it doesn't matter. You get medals either way. So if there is a different reason why you're setting weak defenses other than just being irritated of offense being too difficult, go ahead and let me know, because I do not see any reason to set a weak defense in this game. Speaking of arena and stuff that makes this game more difficult, come to us, please. There's also been reports in chat. Josephine, her rage skill, whenever you use ×4 in certain scenarios, it does not proc. It will do the animation, and then she just doesn't do it. She does the animation, and then her rage bar completely depletes, and she doesn't use the skill. So can we fix that, please? Because that's, a very important skill, and we would like to be able to use that. I don't know if that's happening for other units too, but that's a pretty big deal. Whenever ×4 came out, I was like, oh yeah, ×4, this is going to be awesome. But, you kind of ruined my character here, so I would like to use her again, please. Thank you. Now, disclaimers on stuff that I messed up. I've been messing... Okay, so every week I'm like, oh, I learned a bunch of new stuff. And the thing I learned last week, 1 or 2 of the things might not be valid. So that happened again this week, but the 1 or 2 things I learned that might not be valid are pretty important. And I'm actually sorry that I said these things before I even, figured it out myself. So the first thing I want to apologize for is in the contracts where I said you can purchase Trevor and Evelyn with Neostones. I'm going to go ahead and say I have not done this myself. They have not come into my rotation, so I cannot 100% confirm that that is true. That being said, I've had several members in my guild say that they did purchase them through Neostones, and I even had one of them call me on the phone and tell me that it was purchasable through Neostones. So, if I got that wrong, and if that is not true, then I'm very sorry. But I still have no reason to believe it's not true until they come into my rotation, because what I'm learning is that what other people are telling me, I kind of have to just take with a grain of salt, and the only way I'm able to absolutely confirm is if I see it myself. So whenever I see Trevor and Evelyn come in the Neo stop, in the Neo Stone shop myself, I will either put out a real, like, full video apology on it being false, or I will put out a, you know, something about, hey, it was actually true after all. The next thing is not, I mean, so, okay, first of all, we got to level 11, so you can, I don't know how high the levels go, but yeah, you can definitely get higher than level 11. Something I wanted to say as well, these raid battles, for some reason I thought you would get 5 of them a day. You don't. You only get 5 a week. So I thought it would calculate your rank weekly, and that you would be able to attempt 5 times a day. You're actually only able to attempt 5 times a week. So if you use all 5 of your attempts in the beginning of the week, by the end of the week, whenever you've made new progressions, upgraded new equipments and stuff, you're not going to be able to make a new attempt. So if anything, if you're feeling brazy and you want to just get some attempts in, go ahead, but make sure you save one for like the end of the week so that, you know, all of your progress isn't wasted in your damage count. Also as well, did you see my guild rank? We're number 1. I knew, because whenever we did the video, we would be number 2. I was like, what? There's no way. We got to be number 1. And I am only 15th in the guild, so I definitely have to work on that. But this is also a lot of fun. I can't wait to do this again next week. And of course, the last thing I want to put out there, since it's been asked, I kind of just skimmed over this earlier, 6-star equipments are becoming available. You can confirm this in the disassemble screen. They already have it up there. So they are queued that for a new update. But what does that mean for us? Well, basically, if it takes 1 million or 2 million gold to put a legendary 5-star at plus 15, it's going to take a lot more gold to put a legendary 6-star to plus 15. So I'm not saying to just save all your gold and save all your gems, but what I am saying is save a majority of your gold and a majority of your gems for whenever the 6-star equipment does come out. Because no matter how much progress you're making right now with your equipment, it's all going to be completely invalid whenever 6-star equipment comes out. Just like how on games like World of Warcraft, where you could have the best gear in the game at level 60. Oh, you reach the end of the game and you're the best in the game. And the second the new expansion comes out, you're bottom tier again. You're just starting over with everyone else. So try to save some gold and some energy and some diamonds for whenever that comes out. We can all farm our 6-star equipments and get them leveled up instead of being stuck with our out-of-date 5-star equipment. But that's pretty much going to do it for me. I mean, like, this has been a really good month. I've had a lot of fun playing the game with y'all. What? Hold on. I didn't see this. Amon skill card rate up event. To celebrate the update of the new mercenary Amon, will be holding an event draw where you can earn Amon. Okay, so he's just going to be the next rotation. Alright, so he is the next rotational card. So if you want a new tanker, he's like a, you know what? I can actually pull up his stuff. I have it in pictures. So basically, this is what his SR card is going to look like. That's just a little fun thing to look at. Now, whenever we notice his passive, whenever you get the SSR, recovers the HP by 15% of your total HP when your turn ends. You can probably pair that with the serum and recover 22% of your HP every turn. That's pretty big. You know, 15% by itself isn't that great, but I'm sure you can pair it with a card to make it cooler. First skill inflicts damage to the enemy by 130% of the attack and bleeds the enemy for 2 turns. Second skill inflicts damage to the enemies by 120% of the attack and brings them towards you. And third skill charges toward the enemy, inflicting damage by 179% of the attack and stuns the enemy for 1 turn with a 50% chance, removes the immovable effect granted upon you, and inflicts additional damage equal to the distance you charge and deals 43% of the attack as damage to the enemies in the path and knocks them. So I just snuck that one into the end there because I know that a lot of people, whenever they start getting towards the end of my video, I can see how much you watch. I can see how much people watch these videos. So what I'm going to do, if you actually watch this far, then that's like a little secret prize for you. You get that information ahead of time, and I'm about to redo like saying goodbye so that everyone who thinks that like the video was over and they were like, oh, skip, they don't get to know that stuff. So all of my real subscribers get some outsider information. Okay, wait. We're gonna do the outro. 3, 2, 1. Okay, y'all. So that's gonna be it for me today. I learned a lot this month. Hopefully, y'all have learned a lot this month too. I'm glad that we've been able to learn together, and hopefully, we'll have a lot more months in the future with a lot more updates and a lot more fun for us to have. So that's gonna be it for me today, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.